You are now listening to
D, the Delinquent.
on the podcast.
This is Many Hats, no cap, baby.
D, the Delinquent. Many hats, no cap.
Welcome to Many Hats, no cap with Delinquent. Yo, I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. And I will say it again and again and again. Shout out to all you construction workers out there. All of you. But for this one, especially to you roofers. Because roofing is hard. It is hard to roof. Especially down here in Tucson, Arizona. Boy, it gets 110, 120 degrees in the shade. It is hotter than a lion's ass crack, boy. It's bad. And I used to do roofing. Shout out to my brother Danny. He got me this job when I was down and out and I needed something bad. He got me clicked up with the company he was working with at the time. He was doing sheet metal working in the shop and he was able to get me in. The company was called Progressive Roofing. Good company, awesome company. But I had to get out that motherfucker quick. Cause to be honest with y'all, and I ain't embarrassed to say this, it was just too damn hard, bro. I ain't got the stamina for that shit. I ain't got the heart for that shit. It sucks saying that, but that's just, it is what it is. I ain't built for that. We was doing roofing, gutters, sheet metal, everything, man. And that's what's fucked up too about a lot of construction companies nowadays. They gotta do everything in the sun just to keep the money coming. You be working for Jose's Plumbing, but yet you wind up doing electrical and fucking concrete. You work for Progressive Roofing. You wind up doing stucco, drywall, plumbing. You feel me? You end up doing a whole bunch of other shit that just wasn't in your job description when you signed up. It is what it is, though. I get it. Times are hard. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep that money coming. Anyway, so when I was working at Progressive Roofing, we got to the company won the bid to build the hangars at on Davis Mountain Air Force Base. And the pay was great. We got extra money just for working on the base, that whole government thing. The money was good, especially at that time. I was getting like $37 an hour when at the time minimum wage was like $8 an hour. So it was good money. It was a good gig, good job. So much shit happened on the field, bro. So much shit happened. So much shit happened on that job site, it's crazy. So I will have several stories to share. But I was working with this one dude named Lupe. Lupe, rest in peace. He did some dumb shit. Anyway, when he was alive, he was that guy. He was that class clown. He just kept the energy up, good vibes, good dude, made everybody laugh, but he was always getting into shit. True story. Lupe, rest in peace. But one day, when we was doing the hangar, it was lunchtime. So we all come down and we're all eating our lunch in this little strip of shade that we found right next to this wall. Now, our line of sight was where all the jets were taking off and landing. I'm talking fucking military jets, fucking F-16s and all that shit. I don't know the names of all of them, but cool ass shit. They was going in and out. It was crazy. There was one fucking jet that I saw just lift up and take off vertically. Fucking crazy. And it landed vertically. It was nuts. Anyway, so we're chilling eating our lunch. I actually remember what I was having that day. A fucking Lunchable. Even though I was making good money, I was still trying to save money by eating less and eating cheap. So I was eating and enjoying my Lunchable. And my Dr. Pepper. So we're sitting eating. We see this jet come in hot. And it does this vertical landing type shit. And we're all amazed watching it. We were so close to it, we could feel the wind just blowing up. And it was just crazy. We were so close to it. Now me, Lupe, my brother, and Lupe's two brothers, and the job foreman, journeyman, whatever you want to call him, Steve, he was there. And this other dude named Roundball, he was there too. We're all sitting down together. And there was this dude named Ricardo, barely spoke any English. Funny cat, awesome dude. I actually miss him. But anyway, we're all sitting down and we see this fucking jet just pull off this amazing landing. And there was so many dudes in the military and Air Force, whatever that was around them, this jet, I mean. And when that jet landed, they all ran to the jet and did what they had to do to get this pilot down, right? This pilot gets down these cool stairs and shit, and they're all like holding this person's helmet and gloves and backpack, all kinds of crazy shit. They were like tending to this pilot, right? This pilot was a somebody. This pilot is hot shit. El mero mero, el jefe, the Don. This pilot lands the jet, gets off of this fucking jet, cool ass stairs, and they're walking towards us. We're all amazed at this. And as they're getting closer and closer, Lupus says to me, "Hey, bro, I think that's a chick." And as they get closer and closer, I'm like, damn, that is a girl, bro. And this pilot is a female pilot, fully draped out in the army fatigues and, you know, the fucking suit. And she just fucking landed this badass jet, okay? She just landed this fucking jet. So as she's walking closer and closer to us and her whole crew and squad is behind her following her, Lupus says, true story, Lupe gets up, brushes off his shirt, trying to look all clean and pimp and shit, all Don Juan. And then he says to her, "Hey, what's up, ma? You work here?" You work here? What the fuck? We all start laughing at this dumbass fool. What the fuck, fool? But I swear to God, that girl, that pilot, she laughed and looked at him because I think she thought it was cute because of how fucking stupid this motherfucker was. She starts smiling and shit. Lupe then follows her. He's following her, walking her like to the inside of where she had to go. 20 minutes later, he came out all cheesy and shit. Lupe got her phone number. Yeah. True motherfucking story. Now, it didn't go anywhere because I know it didn't go anywhere because I seen him text her and she just left him on red. But ain't that fucking crazy? You just seen this fucking pilot land a jet, get down, and have this whole squad of motherfuckers tending to her. And then you ask her, "What's up, ma? You work here?" You dumbass motherfucker, man. But shout out to Lupe, and again, rest in peace. He ended up dying in a car crash, but there's a whole bunch of stuff in that story that I just can't share. It's crazy, man. But here's another story at Progressive Roofing. And this involves this one cat named Nate, aka Thor. He's a somebody now. A lot of people know him. He's an awesome artist and tattoo artist, and he actually owns his own tattoo shop. Great cat. If you see this, Nate, much love, bro. I'm proud of you. But I gotta share this story, son. We were working on the metal bender. This huge ass metal bender weighs like a couple tons. It bends metal. We put metal in it. We make 90-degree angles on it, 45s, do all kinds of crazy bends on it. We make gutters with it, everything. It's a fucking heavy ass press. You know what a heat press is. Now just imagine what a metal bender is. It's kind of like a heat press, you know, two metals clamping down on each other, just minus the heat. It's just all weight. Mad weight. So anyway, it takes 2 people to operate the bender. Some machines are bigger than others and require 3 to 4 people. But this big ass machine required 2 people. And on this day, me and Nate, aka Thor, I'm just gonna call him Thor. Me and Thor were working on this metal bender. Now, since I was new with the company, they put the more experienced one on the end that involves opening and shutting that metal bender. So I'm on the end where I just gotta maneuver the metal. And then the more experienced guy, Thor in this case, would say, "Open, close, open, close," you know? And the person working with that person would have to make sure their fingers were out of that press, just so you don't lose your damn fingers and shit. Thor was moving a bit too slow. I was getting the hang of things. I'm real smart. I get the hang of things quick, real quick. So I'm working with Thor, and we had a whole bunch of shit to bend, and I was just getting tired and impatient. He was just moving too slow. He's a bigger dude. So I'm moving and, shuffling all this metal, and he's just going too slow. So I'm just moving ahead of him, and I'm closing when I should be waiting for him to say, close. Then we close together. Open. We open together. I was getting impatient. I'll take blame for that. But at the end of the day, this dude is more experienced than me. He should have known. Remember, it was my job to maneuver the metal. So there was this one moment where we had to make a 90-degree bend on this piece of metal to make a gutter. He yells, open. I open it, and then he says, reposition. I have to reposition a little bit, line up the dots and shit. I line them up. I go back to my handle to close, the press with him. As I put my hand on the handle, he then decides, I didn't line up the dots correctly. So he rushes over real quick, puts his left finger in that motherfucker, moves the metal inside, and for some fucking weird reason, he says, close. Remember, I was moving quick. I just closed it. And as I'm closing it, he goes, wait. I tell you, boy, this 330-pound, 6'3" motherfucker named Thor jumped so high, but yet he couldn't go too high because his thumb was stuck in between the metal bender. It got caught in the press. He jumps up, then he pulls out his hand and he goes, my thumb! And he ran out the fucking shop. I follow him. My brother is the shop foreman at the time. He sees just the chaos, so he follows us. I'm following Thor. Where the fuck he's going? He decides to run inside to the office bathroom. I follow him. He slams the door behind him. I'm at the door. Yo, you're right. I'm thinking he lost his finger. My brother comes behind me. What's going on? I said, I don't know. I think he lost his finger. Thor's like, I'm all right, but hold on. I might have to go to the hospital. We wait. He comes out in about, a good minute or two, and he shows us his thumb. His fingernail's completely ripped off. It's gone. My brother says, at least it's just your fingernail. You're good. Fuck that, I need to go to the hospital. He drives himself to the hospital. They take care of him. All they did was give him a Band-Aid. What else can they do? Anyway, they give him a Band-Aid. He comes back to work the same day. And then he says, yo, you think it'd be cool if I just tattoo this spot, and then when it heals, the nail will grow over it, and it'll look cool? Hey, that's actually a good idea, but you're still a dumbass. And the whole time when it was healing, we had a theme song for him. Every time he'd come around the shop, even Ricardo, the one that spoke very little English, we would all sing this song to him. My name is Dr. Green Thumb. That Dr. Green Thumb song by Cypress Hill. He hated it. Anyway, a couple days pass. The bruising goes down. He decides to tattoo it. I don't know how that turned out. I'm pretty sure it looked all black and all smudgy and shit, because you know how tattoos get around the hand and the palm and the fingers and the lips and all that. Speaking of tattoos, I don't know why, but I just remembered this and I wanted to share it. My mom has her eyebrows tattooed and her eyeliner. Fucking eyeliner, bro. How the fuck can you just sit there and bear all that pain and somebody getting that close to your fucking eyeball? That's wild to me. That is fucking wild. Anyway, last story I want to share about that whole construction experience, working roofing and stuff. I tried working with my dad, because my dad's also a tin knocker, working with sheet metal. But he works for a bigger company called Sun Mechanical. He actually just retired from there. But I tried working with my pops before working with my brother. That ended bad. It didn't work out. Nope. My dad just had these tendencies of always picking on me, always expecting more from me. I'll give you an example. One time, there was these long-ass fucking pieces of metal we had installed on the roof. These things were about 75 to 80 feet long. Now, he would let about 6 guys take a panel around the building to be installed. These 6 guys were spread apart evenly, 8 feet, 10 feet, I don't know, you do the math, just to prevent those panels from bending. My dad wanted me to move a couple panels by my motherfucking self. And then when I finished it, he'd get pissed off when there was a crease in the metal or a bend in some shit. And I'd be trying to tell him, what the fuck you be having all these other motherfuckers do 6 at a time, 5 at a time? I'm supposed to do this by myself? And little shit like that, you know? I ended up leaving the company just because me and him weren't clicking. We just weren't working out. And I remember I was all pissed off, you know? Thanksgiving was around that time. I didn't tell my mom exactly what happened. She knew that I was working with my dad, and then I just ended up quitting. She didn't know why. We weren't really talking as much as we are now because of our whole son thing and everything. But anyway, so I go to Thanksgiving after I quit, and I'm still on a hot one. I'm like, I have it ready. I have this whole speech ready. Like, if mama asks me why I quit, I'm going to say this and that, dad, this, that, you know? So I go to Thanksgiving dinner. What do you know? First thing my mom says is, you quit. Did you really quit the work? Did you really quit the job that your dad got you? I said, hell yeah. And I went on this whole rant. Dad, this, dad, that, da. And then my mom says, well, maybe your dad just expected more from you. Maybe he just wanted you to outshine everybody and wanted you to just do great with the company. And I don't know. I don't believe that shit. So then my dad gets done from cooking. He actually grilled the turkey that year. So he was done grilling and doing whatever else he did, and he sits down. And then surprisingly, my mom brought it up again. So you quit the job with your dad. I go, yeah, and I went on the same rant again. And my mom repeats herself. Well, maybe he wanted you to outperform others, and he wanted you to do great. Maybe he just expected you to do great. I think she was repeating this, hoping that my dad would agree and take it from there. Yeah, you're right. I wanted him to be great, and I think that's what she intended to happen. But no. Instead, my dad says, fuck that. I wanted you to quit. Oh, what? All of us quiet. My dad said it again. We're those type of people. When you say something, you stand on it. You say it again. My dad said it again. Fuck that. I wanted you to quit. I didn't know what to say. I stay quiet, and then my dad, he explains. This shit ain't for you. This shit ain't for you. I know you could do better. There's nothing wrong with tin knocking. There's nothing wrong with doing construction. Not at all. I mean, shit, my dad made an awesome life out of that. My brother, he's doing great. But, my dad just wanted me to have more. I get it. Oh, baby boy just got home. That's it for this one. Thanks for listening to Many Hats, No Cap with Delinquent. Peace.
Many hats, no cap.